Hello, Ryan from ManaBluff here, doing another M14 8-4, and you'll have to excuse me, I'm a little under the weather, so there might be a little bit of hacking and scratchy voiceage, so prepare yourself. And yeah, as we're waiting for the fire queue, I'm going to try just suggesting, instead of waiting to the end of the draft, for please comment, subscribe, and like on YouTube, or leaving comments on ManaBluff.com. Love to hear from you and help me develop my game if you see the many misplays that I go through or different pick choices. Or you can just find me on Twitter, __RJH___. Thanks for watching in advance. We'll get to the draft in just a moment. And a moment has now passed in your world, because I can control time. Here we go. Woohoo! Player 7. Go 8 player. Go 8 player. Rob Scallywag. Make it happen for us in our tournament queue. Okay, another moment. Hold on. Yay! Another moment. And what a good moment it was. So, Slamming Shivan Dragon, of course. Not a weak pack, but not a great pack either. I mean, next best card is Messenger Drake, which I'm sure will get snatched up to the left. Something to note. Active Treason, also very good. Would love it if I get the Sacrifice deck. I actually haven't seen the Sacrifice deck come around in a while, and I haven't played it in a while. I'm kind of wondering where it went. My theory currently is that everyone knows about it, so people kind of pick up the pieces, like everyone goes, oh, Active Treason is actually pretty good, and then no one gets it, so it just kind of gets abandoned at some point in the draft. I don't know. You tell me if you're experiencing that as well, or maybe it's just the cues I'm seeing. So try to pay attention. Hunt the Weak and Giant Growth are decent green cards, and the Weak actually pretty good in green. Some playable white cards if you want to go white, but yeah, I'm clearly taking the Dragon here. And then hoping for being passed a nice red card to suggest that other people did not open Sweet Red. So here's a Vastwood Hydra, not the good Hydra. Here's a Sarah Angel. It does make me want to be white, just on power level, so I think I'm going to grab it. Alternatively, I could take like the Woodborn Behemoth or Advocate Beast, Master Diversion. I think those are fine, but Sarah Angel's just like so good. And if someone's like saying to me, hey, I took a common instead of Sarah Angel and I'm passing, some green stuff, like, I'm cool to be there. If you are the only white deck, that's fine. And if I get a lot of the power level in white, cool. Volcanic Geyser, yes please. Definitely gonna slam this guy over the Celestial Flare, because I'm more, obviously Shivan Dragon is just that much better than Sarah Angel. They're both obviously great cards, but if I, want to pick a color to be in, it's gonna be red. So I want to really cut that hard. Still, some good green being passed. Actually, some good blue as well. This is just a good pack in general. The only thing I haven't really seen so far is black, which is cool. I'm willing to not be in black if other people want to pass me other cards. I'm going to take the Shock over Active Treason, since right now I'm not doing the Sacrifice deck. I think Active Treason normally would be a better card, but I'm already seeing there's not a lot of black happening. I mean, here we see a Vampire Warlord Dialogue Tutor, that's fine. But I do kind of want to be white if it's just like heavy red with like some like Pacifism, Sarah Angel, Celestial Flares, and the Banisher Priest, just like the premium white cards if you get lucky to have, or like a Master Diversion in red's good. But yeah, I'll pick up the Shock over the Active Treason. Here's a Celestial Flare. It doesn't mean I have to play a lot of white, but because these are the good white cards, I'm fine with that. Could take the Bubbling Cauldron if I wanted to try to see if I can get a Sacrifice theme going with Active Treasons, but with the Sarah Angel, I'm actually perfectly fine having just the really good white cards on it. And then the packs dry up, but it's pretty dry for everyone. Child of Night isn't that great in the format. I don't need to take Child Knight to jump into black. Stoneheart's I already have so many high drops at a 5/6 and then an X spell that I don't really want the Stonehorn Enchanter. The thing is, Seismic Stomp and Lightning Talons I'll probably be getting. And I think Lightning Talons might be a little bit better than Seismic Stomp. There's so much removal in the format that enchantments, not awesome, unless of course they're the ones that just blow people out. Like a Shivan Embrace is pretty cool. But we'll take it. Mostly, I think, just to cut some white, to be honest. This is a pretty late Seacoast Drake, so I'm going to grab it over like taking the sideboard Solemn Offering or Striking Sliver. The red-white slivers don't really go well together, because Battle Sliver is the only pump sliver to make it relevant, and then you get Vigilance or like some extra toughness from the white guys. Don't particularly care. And Guardian of the Ages is not a card I care about anymore. I'm gonna take the Seacoast just because that seems like a pretty late one, and if blue ends up being open, like that will be a good card. Here now I get to decide, do I want a Flesh Pulper Giant at 7, which I'm not excited about, some random 4-drop, which helps for the curve, or Griffin Sentinel, which actually can be decent. Yeah, I think Candy Minotaur and Griffin Sentinel are kind of the same. Actually, yeah, because of that, I'm going to stick to Candy Minotaur. It's a serviceable 3/3, it's actually pretty decent, and I want to minimize white as much as possible. Yes, I'm doing double white, so I'm already playing white, but I really just want to like be the solid red player in this draft. I'll take the Auramancer over the Trick or Siege Mastodon, just because if I end up getting into some sort of enchantment deck, I might want this piece, versus, again, not really wanting to have strong white cards. Hive Turns. Strong sideboard card, or just a random play. Well, yeah, again, I'm trying to cut red as much as possible. Really trying to make it. Wow, Celestial Flare tabled, so that's kind of cool. I think we're just going to be on the heavy removal deck. And Vampire Warlord's still here, so there's still hope for an active Treason deck. That's interesting. Red dried up after that shock, as a little mini side note. Got some nice early picks from Volcanic Geyser and then Shock in the 4th pick. But after that, it was kind of gone. I do think this is just going to be a basic red-white deck. Not the greatest of colors, but if the power level of spells continue to be what they are, Celestial Flare, Serra Angel, Shivan Dragon, nice red removal spells, then we should be okay. And I'm definitely forcing red. I'm hoping in this next pack red is just insane. I can load up on a whole bunch of red, and then really just keep my white to a minimum. Again, I really only want to play the premium white spells. Dang, Windrider Sphinx. That is a good card. Okay, so do I want to take this just like insane mythic and move into blue? It does mean I'm giving up some power level. I think I'm going to take it. I could take this Angelic Accord. If I like see another Bubbling Cauldron or something, it can get pretty good in the white deck. But I mean, I'm not really passing up anything major in red, so that's okay. Well, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm going to take the Windrider Sphinx. I did say that Seacoast Drake a little bit late. Now that's a super powerful card, but if blue ends up being pretty open, then I'm happy to jump on that. And yeah, so now we're going to do this little game plan. Take the Air Servant. It's basically the same as Serra Angel or Shivan Dragon in a sense. I mean, Shivan Dragon's a little bit more, but still, this makes me really want to, I mean, just go there. So it means I might be abandoning red or white. I think ideally white, because just in the future I anticipate there being better cards in the other colors, but I'm just a little too tempted by these guys. We'll take Pacifism. Looks like we're doing blue-white. It's going to be a little bit scary, but I'm taking that risk because I anticipate being rewarded for it. Yeah. And here's a Warden, which we're going to want to snatch up. So since, wow, still no red. I'm very surprised. I thought I was going to have to be, like, kicking myself for passing red because I didn't, pass that in the first pack. But maybe someone else opened a nice red bomb as well. But this Warden should go really nice with the Servant, Angel, and Windrider Sphinx, which we're now playing officially. Ooh, Quagsix is so good. But we'll take the Scroll Thief, which will also be very good. Probably equivalent to Academy Raiders, but now that I'm for sure forcing blue, and I'm not going to see a lot of blue in the third pack, I'm pretty much abandoning red in favor of... I mean, I'm taking the Pacifism and 2 Celestial Flares over the Dragon and Volcanic Geyser, and I guess a Shock. And I think that is going to be correct. And we'll probably get some sweet other, like another Pacifism or other sweet white spells later on. Ooh, cool. So, we'll take the Messenger Drake here. I still just can't hide all the red. It's just too painful to not know that the Shivan Dragon's there. I would love for Cancel or Sensory Deprivation to come around. But I'm cool loading up with some sweet cards here. Trendy Griffin actually works very well in the deck, and there's really nothing powerful here. I might cut the Plummet, but that'll be good for curve considerations. Another Warden would be insane, since I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sweet flyers. Yeah, this is our game plan now. Ooh, foil Dragon Egg. Fun, fun, fun. I think I'll take Fortify over Capuchin Knight. I don't think Capuchin Knight that great. Fortify doesn't always make the main deck, it's not in every deck, but if I keep going this sort of flying aggro route, then Fortify can actually be okay. And at worst, it's just some random combat trick that helps you, keep a guy alive when you do a trade. Ooh, time that. That's going to be very good. Cool. Really, really like that we jumped ship on the red. Very surprised that there wasn't more red being played, to be honest. Pinot Heat I already have one of, and that's kind of already too much. I'll just cut the Festering Newt. There was a Bog Brew Rich earlier, and definitely probably a couple Bubbling Cauldrons in general being thrown about. I'll take the Coral Merfolk in case I do need playables, since I kind of jumped into this blue game plan a little bit late. We're at 16 with a couple of questionables in Pinot Heat and Coral Merfolk, and right now Oromancer, which only has a pacifism. Not really at its best. So I don't really, at this point, want to play Oromancer, because pacifism ideally isn't in the graveyard at any point. Armor Cancrix for the playable pile, though again, hoping not to have it. Same with Sliver Construct, but these are just the end picks, and that's fine with me. At least they're even in my colors. Alright, so curious to see if we see any blue in pack 3. There was that late Seacoast Drake, and we passed some blue. Traumatize is not the blue I want. Wow, there's Chandra's Outrage. Rolling Bell's pretty good. That ship sailed. Or Archaeomancer. Do I care about you? I think right now I'm taking the Charging Griffin and getting my Flyer aggro on. I do have 2 Celestial Flares, a Time Ebb, possibly a Fortify, to where Archaeomancer might actually be better. It's a matter of what am I doing in this deck? Yeah, I think the double Celestial Flare is going to make Archaeomancer good enough already, especially because we could maybe get an opportunity if I'm happy and lucky. And then I'll probably actually get the Sentinel or the Charging Griffin back, and I'm actually anticipating seeing more white than blue anyway, so I'll probably have more of a chance to pick these up. So I'll take the Archaeomancer here. Not the worst thing you can do. Wall of Frost, this is not the deck for it. Essence Scatter, I'm much more interested in playing. I'm not going super aggressive. It really is about getting these late big flyers on. So getting to hold up some Essence Scatter removal is going to be perfectly fine for me. And again, Wall of Frost is not what I want at all in this kind of deck. Here's that Charging Griffin. And like I said, I thought we were probably going to see that kind of thing. Still down to go flyers over a cancel. That's okay. Train Condor? Foil Goblin Diplomat. Oh, I love foil things. I'm trying to decide if I want another Celestial Flare. I mean, I think it's worth it enough. Especially the more you have, the better it gets. I'm already at 14 creatures. Let's kind of start hiding some of the really bad things in the deck. For now, Oromancer is considered a bad thing. And Train Condor, all my guys are already flying, so it's really not that important. It works with the Scroll Thief, but I think just having another Celestial Flare is going to be pretty sweet, and it's just awesome removal. And again, in multiples they're better, and having 3 is just going to be pretty okay. I'm going to cut the Elvish Mystic here. Don't really care about Child of Night. Don't really want a Capuchin Knight. I have those other hidden playables that are around to fill out the curve when I need it. Because I don't really just have the 10, I have the other guys around, including like a Fortify as combat tricks. I don't need another one. First level's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to cut the Elvish Mystic, because I don't want a Capuchin Knight, pretty much at all. And unfortunately, I was hoping to see a lot more white. I mean, I got that, Celestial Flare, but I was hoping to see a wee bit more. Maybe I do bring Suntail Hawk in. Yeah, it's gotta be horrible. We're gonna get rid of the Marauding Mulhorn. Yeah, that's definitely a better plan. But actually now I kind of need to show all, because I'm not entirely sure if I have enough playables since I'm making these cuts. So if that's what's happening now, hold on. Let's hide red. So I do have a deck, right? And the ones that I hid, I guess Sliver Construct, like, are still fairly playable and okay, to where I don't want to. I'm just replacing like lame cards with other lame cards, so I don't need to pick it up. Master Diversion is actually really good in this deck, so that'd be cool, because we're trying to just get beat downs on. Take the Hive Stirrings to upgrade one of my lame cards? No, because that's not going to do anything. So we'll take the Woodborn Behemoth, that's the best. And here is our current 23, right? Yeah, definitely didn't see any of that blue come around. I thought I'd see at least a little something here or there, because it's a pretty deep color, but that didn't happen. Do I care about Brave the Elements? How many white creatures are going to be important? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take it. I don't know if it's going to make the main deck, but maybe I prefer that over Pay No Heed. Not entirely sure. I don't need another dorky 2-drop. I already have a Coral Merfolk that I don't want to be playing, so I'll actually take Psalm Offering as a strong sideboard card. Don't need a Pay No Heed. I think I care more about the Trick in Ring Flesh than I do about the Canyon Minotaur. I might actually play this Stone Horn Chanter, to be honest. So not exactly the most exciting color combination. And normally I love blue-white flyers. Just in this format, it just tends not to work. But I think I have a deck that can make it go there in terms of having some sweet top-end flyers. 3 premium ones: Air Servant, Sarah Angel, Wind. Oh, I said Wind Rider. Huh? It's a Wind Reader Sphinx. Little details you learn. So that should be pretty cool. And with the Master Diversion, some Charging Griffins, I could actually get some beats on early. And the Celestial Flares are going to go quite a long way. We have a pretty good little suite here of the 2-drops, 5 premium removal spells. So that's cool. That's pretty alright. Maybe use a Time Ember or something, or Fortify to get other guys out of the way. Right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. We'll get the deck building in a moment. Okay, so with this initial breakdown, here's our first 23, which I'm not too sure are set. Psalm Offering just solidly over here in the sideboard. I don't like the main deck. Despite all the enchantments running around in the format, I just don't think it's that good for... I think Naturalize you can maybe sideboard. Or you can maybe main deck. So this is just a nice sideboard card if we see some good artifacts or enchantments. And I'll actually be happy to bring it in. It's my only strong sideboard card. In this initial 23, we have a couple of dinky dudes up in here, including this Armored Cancrix. And Stoneheart Chanter I don't think it's really going to be great in the deck. But that's fine. Our Chaomancer is going to be pretty sweet with all the Celestial Flares we have. I am playing Time Ebb, Fortify, Brave Elements, Pay No Heed, and Essence Scatter right now. I'm not entirely a fan of the Pay No Heed, Brave Elements, but a lot of people don't play around these anymore because they're just not that great. So that actually puts them up in value because since people aren't going to play around them quite so much, then you can kind of get people with them. So I might be banking on that. On my 23rd, I have this Auramancer here, just because I do kind of need an extra creature. You'll see, I only have 14, which is fine. Is where my deck kind of wants to be with the the flyers. I'm paying Auramancer over Sliver Construct because they're basically the same card. Yeah, Sliver Construct is easier to cast, but who knows? Maybe pacifism does get dealt with. Sorry, excuse me again on the sickness. But, I could just have the maybe upside of pacifism. One option would be to bring in maybe one of these 2-drops in favor of, one of my, lame-o combat tricks. But for the format in general, I think it's fine. If I see a deck that is a little bit more aggressive or where these cards will actually be trading with something, then I'll go ahead and pop these in and maybe pull out, the Fortify or the Pay No. Actually, probably the Pay No Heed would be the first one to go. If not, even take care of one of my high drop guys. Yeah. So not a sweet deck. I still think that it was cool to jump into blue with the Sphinx and the Air Servant. I did kind of anticipate seeing more white in the third pack. We didn't see any of the premium besides that kind of last Celestial Flare. So that was a bummer because I kind of assumed that would be open. But white's just not that good. So if one other person jumped into it too, then yeah, that's going to happen. And I just been seeing a little bit more blue, just how deep of a color it was, and seeing that it wasn't completely cut all the way. So that's kind of a misgauge on my third pack, which is why we kind of got a little bit short on playables here. But it's very salvageable, I believe. 9/8, is that accurate? Let's see. I definitely want a lot of white because of this double thing here. And yeah, the only time we need the double blues for Messenger Drake and Wind Reader Sphinx. And I guess our Chaomancer is kind of important. But I think 8 will be fine for those 3 cards versus really always wanting to have Celestial Flare up. So I agree with that assessment, Moto. Well done. Round 1, let's do it.